Hey there! Welcome to my kitchen in Lawton, Oklahoma. I'm Tresa Hargrove, and I'm going to share a recipe with you today with a new product that I'm very passionate about. It's the Kraft Philadelphia Cooking Cream. It is out of this world good. We're going to be making my delightful manicotti. Absolutely wonderful. Now this cooking cream is putting the fun back in cooking. That's what the people at Kraft wanted to do. They want to help us home cooks not go through those drive-thrus, not just cook something frozen. They want a nutritious meal in our family, and that's what they're helping us do. This cooking cream comes in 4 flavors. It comes in the Santa Fe flavor. This, whatever you put it in, it's going to take you to Mexico with every single bite. The creamy garlic is garlicky. I mean, it is absolutely wonderful. The minute you put it in your mouth and it hits your taste buds, it's a garlic explosion every single time. Now, the original, you put your own spin on it. They've taken, the cream cheese and melted it down, and you add whatever herbs or whatever spices or cheeses or whatever you want. You don't even have to add anything to it. It's just when you want that creamy goodness. Now we're going to be using the Italian cheese and herb today. It's my personal favorite. I love this. It takes you to Italy, and that's where we're going. Are you ready to go? What we're going to be doing is since our filling is going to be so simple using this cooking cream, we have time to make our own pasta sauce. We're not even going to use jarred pasta sauce. What we're going to do is you're going to take a half a cup of olive oil, and you're going to put it in a cold pot. Then you're going to take 7 or 8 cloves of garlic. I know that sounds like a lot of garlic, but it's going to cook down and it's going to render its sweetness, and it takes on a whole new flavor. You're going to take your microplane or just a grater, and you're going to grate those 7 to 8 garlic cloves in the oil. Then you're going to turn your burner on until it comes to like a simmer, till it starts bubbling, and then knock the heat back down till it's just barely getting it, okay? You don't want to burn this garlic. After that's done, for about 10 minutes, you want that to go for about 10 minutes while you're cooking your manicotti noodles. Let's talk about that for just a second. Your manicotti noodles, put that in while this is cooking. Cook it, I know the package will say about 10 minutes, but you want to cook it 7 minutes. Then strain them and let them cool, because we're going to be stuffing those. Now, after you drain off the oil, save the oil. Make some outrageous garlic bread. You put it on any kind of bread, a little bit of salt, pop it in the oven. Absolutely wonderful. Now, you have the little bits of garlic in here, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, and you're going to want your burner on very low for this. 3/4 a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, the dried, half a stick of butter. We're going to let all of this melt down, and then about 7 or 8 fresh basil leaves that you've shredded up. Now we're going to let that melt down for just a little bit, and while we're doing that, we are going to make our easy filling. Now, the Philadelphia cooking cream. We're going to take the Italian cheese and herb. Oh, this stuff is absolutely wonderful. The best new product I have found in years and years. We're going to put that in a bowl. Look how creamy that is. We didn't have to let it sit at room temperature. We didn't have to dirty a dish by putting it in the microwave. We're not going to have to add any spices to this. You don't have to add any cheeses to it, but we're going to add some cheeses to it. They have really made it easy for us. Now, I've taken 2 links of Italian sausage, and I've peeled the casings off, and I've cooked it just like you would burger meat, crumbled it up, and 2 tablespoons of sun-dried tomatoes in the oil, and you want to chop those up really small. We're going to start mixing this, and then we're going to take a cup of shredded mozzarella and add to that, because manicotti is really cheesy, right? Now we're going to stir all of this together. Now how easy was that? Look at that. Lickety split. Our filling is ready to go into our manicotti shells. Now, let's check on our sauce. Not quite there. We're going to turn the butter up just a little bit because we want that butter melted in there. That butter takes out a little bit of that acid of those tomatoes. Okay, now let's talk about stuffing our shells. Remember, I told you to save that oil. You're going to make some garlic bread with it, right? Okay, then we're going to take a brush, and you don't want much of that oil on it, and we're going to go down into our manicotti shells, and we're going to get all of that garlicky flavor in there. It does two things. It adds that roasted garlic flavor all through your manicotti, and it helps to slide our cheese in there. You know, when you're trying to stuff your manicotti, you've got the wooden spoon and you're going to town, you know, trying to get it down in the middle, and the shell split every single time. It's not going to happen to you now, okay? Now we're going to take smoked provolone, a piece of round smoked provolone. We're going to take about a tablespoon of our filling with our beautiful cooking cream, and we're going to roll these up like a cigar. I might have a little bit too much in there. You want them pretty tight because, like I said, we're going to be stuffing them down in those shells. Now, we've got our shell all oiled up. Here we go. Look at that. Have you ever stuffed a manicotti that easy? I don't think so. It's just so simple, you know? And sometimes some of these ideas come to you and you're like, no, why didn't I think about that years ago? Now we're going to finish filling them because it doesn't reach the ends. We're going to top those off by shoving just a little bit of our filling down in each end. And I think our sauce is ready to go in our pan. Oh yeah. Okay, now I've already sprayed a baking dish with some spray, and we're going to put some of our sauce down on the bottom. And you're going to continue stuffing your manicotti shells, and when you get them all stuffed, we're going to put them in this pan. Then we're going to top it with the rest of our sauce. And you might not use all of that sauce. If you don't, put it in a container and put it in your fridge, and you've got it for future. Now we're going to cover this with aluminum foil, pop it into a 400-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Then you're going to put a little bit of mozzarella cheese on it. Take the foil off, put a little bit of mozzarella cheese on it, pop it back in there just until the cheese has melted. And look at my marvelous manicotti. I am so proud of this dish. Look at this. Can you see that? Look at that cooking cream. How it's went through there, and we have no split shells. And look at this bread I made with that garlic oil. Yummy, yummy. Let me tell you, I made this dish a couple of weeks ago. And I always have some friends over and say, you know, come over, I've made something for the Real Women of Philadelphia, and I want y'all to taste it. And they came over and they oohed and awed over it. Well, one of my friends said, Teresa, I could never make anything like this. I know that you say it's easy, but I just can't do it. And I said, come in here with me, Cheryl. I'm going to show you how to make this. I had stuff to make it. We made it and put it in a pan, and she took it home, baked it for her husband. He actually called me and said, Teresa, you need to give cooking classes. And you know, I got to thinking, this little tub is a cooking class in a tub. That's what this is. It is a cooking class in a tub. Now, I've taken cooking classes before, and they were never $2.50, let me tell you, because that's about what this runs. So, if you've seen this in the grocery store and you've wondered, I wonder if that's any good, you know, stop and get you some of this. It is absolutely wonderful. And if you have time, check out the Real Women of Philadelphia cooking site. It's an absolute wonderful community. Have beautiful friends on there, beautiful people. And Paula Dean's on there. Come on, get with the program. Try my marvelous manicotti. Pick up some of this cooking cream. You're not going to be disappointed. I hope you have a wonderful day. Now I got to get busy eating this. Bye. Thanks for watching me.